Chernobyl disaster was a nuclear accident that occurred on the 26th of April 1986 in the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. It is considered the worst nuclear disaster in history, both in terms of cost and casualties. The emergency response involved more than 500,000 personnel and cost roughly $70 billion. Several vehicles were used in the disaster cleanup, including a number of ISU-152K self-propelled guns. It was a modernized variant of the wartime vehicle, which was developed in 1956. It used a new engine with a cooling system and a heater. The capacity of the main internal fuel tank was increased to 920 liters, which added 500 kilometers more to the vehicle's range on the road. Some of the vehicles received an additional 15 mm armor plate welded on top of the 60 mm armor plate covering the mantlet above. This is the main reason why they were used by the Chernobyl Liquidators. The special team, the Chernobyl Liquidators, were the civil and military personnel who were called upon to deal with the consequences of the nuclear disaster in the Soviet Union on the site of the event. The Chernobyl disaster management included thousands of occupations, positions and tasks including firefighters, civil defense troops, internal troops and transportation workers. According to the WHO, 240,000 recovery workers were called upon in 1986 alone. The ISU-152s were basically used by the liquidators to demolish buildings. The main reason why they were chosen is the fact that they were heavy tracked and armored vehicles. They were perfect to demolish relatively small buildings. The aim of this demolition task was to prevent evacuated civilians from returning to the zone. Some vehicles, including the fire trucks, which first responded in the early hours on the 26th of April, and the previously mentioned self-propelled guns were so radioactive after they fulfilled their task that they were simply left behind without being further touched.